However, just as Jesus prophesied in Matthew 24, they are happening today. I myself have seen and experienced them, and this is one of the major reasons why the New Age is attracting so many people today. Some of this may be surprising. Some of it may raise questions and issues in your mind. I think this is good, to raise important questions that bear significantly in the crucial times in which we live. It's important to at least be aware of this side of the New Age. Actually, there's a growing body of scientific verification of many of these phenomena. Such prestigious scientific institutions as the Menninger Foundation, Stanford Research Institute, and others have an established body of scientific proof concerning many of these phenomena. To point to just a few examples, firewalking. There are indeed tens of thousands of people that have walked over blazing hot coals with bare feet, being totally unscathed, not even a blister. National Geographic scientists set up various controlled firewalking experiences and observed the same phenomenon, seemingly very inexplicable. And there are healing miracles occurring right and left throughout the New Age, with medical verification in many thousands of cases. Some, though not all, of the faith healers found in Philippines, Mexico, and especially Brazil do many times create these false healing situations. An excellent Christian book that details the surprising inside story of some of these miracle healers of the New Age is The Beautiful Side of Evil by Johanna Michelson. I'd highly recommend this book. Furthermore, the development of psychic abilities is very hot on the New Age scene. The development of these self-created mind powers, psychic powers, is a banner cry of the New Age, which includes such phenomenon as telepathy, psychokinesis, which is mind over matter abilities, clairvoyance, among many other supernormal abilities, are actually occurring today as never before. In addition to the many hundreds of thousands of people experiencing these psychic abilities, scientific experiments performed by highly respected scientists have created an increasing body of conclusive verification of the reality of numerous psychic phenomena. Among many possible examples, here are just a few. Number one, Stanford research scientists Russell Targ and Harold Putoff, PhDs, have performed controlled experiments with a phenomenon called remote viewing, a kind of clairvoyance, where the person sees distant happenings through psychic vision, and has confirmed that this ability does exist in some people. Secondly, the Menninger Foundation scientists Elmer and Alice Green, both PhDs again, have tested an internationally known guru named Swami Rama, which demonstrated certain kinds of mind-over-matter abilities. These scientists are also doing experiments using biofeedback equipment to induce psychic powers. Last example is Professor William Tiller, PhD, former head of the Material Science Department at Stanford University, has developed a scientific model for explaining how psychic abilities work on a level of quantum physics. All this research verifies the experience of millions of New Agers who casually accept the validity of psychic powers and attempt to use and develop them on a daily basis. Mind power, or psychic power, is very, very big on the New Age today. And there are variations on these psychic powers that are often offered as mind power techniques proclaimed under the grand banner of create your own reality, which is one of the prime directives of the New Age. These create your own reality techniques involve the application of the self-willed mind power applied through various occult-based New Age techniques in order to attract such things as money, prosperity, psychological transformations, health and healing miracles, love, jobs, material gain, and anything else they could think to desire. One of the major reasons why so many people are flocking to the New Age is that these things can work, and sometimes work quite well. It's no happenstance that one of the dominant forces in the New Age today are the successful professionals in many fields. Satan often uses a strategy of giving gifts, exciting experiences, dramatic encounters, and sometimes supernormal powers and false miracles through his New Age doctrine of health, wealth, and godhood. Yes, Satan often does provide power and opportunities to those who dare to enter the New Age terrain. Sometimes a person has a series of powerful experiences that feel great and wonderful and true. Sometimes personal problems do clear up for a time. Sometimes healings do take place. Sometimes a seemingly miraculous series of coincidences leads a person on to deeper and deeper New Age involvements. Linda Evans of Dynasty fame, along these lines, is quoted in the magazine Red Book, May of '88, as saying, quote, "Only trust what feels right for you. But if it brings you more love and happiness, then what does it matter where it comes from? For me, Ramtha has been a great teacher." End quote. Well, Ramtha is one of the major national and international demon spirits being channeled today. It has also had a profound influence on Shirley MacLaine. And the point that is a great fallacy in New Age thinking is brought up in her very own quote, where she says, "But if it brings you more love and happiness, then what does it matter where it comes from?" Well, of course it matters where it comes from. And this is a great fallacy in so many New Agers thinking. They feel like, well, this feels good and true, therefore it must be good and of eternal and ultimate truth. But in reality, these are all Satan's gifts, designed to dazzle and lure as many people as possible through superhuman feats based on occultic methods and principles, many times based on mind power. Intense spiritual discernment is an imperative as never before in the times in which we live. Satan dangles his dazzling lures of counterfeit miracle signs and wonders to attract and entrap the unwary. A message that applies for our times as never before is simply, all that glitters is not gold. Not all signs, miracles, and wonders are what they appear to be. Now, I don't want to share a glooming, foreboding message, not in the least, because of course in laying down his life for us and the sacrifice of his blood and being resurrected, Jesus won the victory for all those who receive him in their lives. As Jesus is with us, no one and nothing can defeat his chosen people, his holy nation. His victory is our victory. He says in John 10:27 through 28, "I give them eternal life, and they shall never perish. No one can snatch them out of my hand." In a message to New Agers that is as valid today as it was in Old Testament times, the Lord warns and rebukes those who practice forbidden occultic arts, and forewarns them of the destruction that will bring upon them. In Isaiah chapter 47 it states, "In spite of your many sorceries and all your potent spells, disaster will come upon you, and you will not know how to conjure it away. A calamity will fall upon you that you cannot ward off with a ransom. A catastrophe you cannot foresee will suddenly come upon you. Keep on, then, with your magic spells and with your many sorceries which you have labored at since childhood. Perhaps you will succeed. Perhaps you will cause terror. Surely, these people are like stubble. The fire will burn them up. They cannot even save themselves from the power of the flame." End quote. Now, to change the pace a bit, I'd like to share with you a condensed version of my personal 15-year journey in the New Age, going from Kung Fu to crystals to Christ, highlighting the main themes. The full story is in my book, Exposing the New Age Nightmare, but I'll highlight the main storyline here. I was brought up in a normal, middle-class Christian home with an emphasis on Christian morals and getting a good education. Basically, I see today that I was what might be termed a social Christian. I was just doing what was expected of me, going to Sunday school and church every week through my growing years as I was expected to. But I never really came to a deep personal acceptance of the Christian faith or coming to a personal relationship with Jesus. And because of this, there was a growing spiritual vacuum in my life. As the teenage years came along, questions started to cry out in my innermost being, the fundamental questions. Who am I? Does my life have any meaning? How can I find lasting inner peace and fulfillment? Well, around age 14 to 15, I started to watch a TV show, seemingly innocuous, entertaining, called Kung Fu. And this show showed my impressionable and rebellious young teenage mind a hero ideal who offered me answers to my burning questions. Here was a person with the exotic aura of Eastern mysticism, Kwai Chang Caine, claiming to be in harmony with the universe and at peace within himself, while at the same time possessing all kinds of supernormal powers. This is a kind of Eastern mystical version of Luke Skywalker in Star Wars, which has subtly influenced so many children today. Through all this process, I became very enamored with all this mysterious, powerful, and exotic Eastern mysticism. And in searching in a bookstore at a local shopping mall, I found some books in the religion philosophy section that promised to show me exactly how to attain Eastern mystical inner peace and psychic powers through yoga and New Age meditation. I taught myself step by step how to do all these various things,